Hello everyone, welcome to Dr. K. Primer video lecture series presenting by Dr. K. Prem. In today's lecture, we will talk about compulsory licensing. Let us define what is compulsory licensing. Compulsory licensing is a legal mechanism that allows a third party to produce a patented product or process without the patent's owner's consent. Usually, the patent owner will have a right to make, produce, manufacture, sell, export, lease, gift, and so on. But here, under certain circumstances, particular country can give those rights to the third party without the patent's owner consent. That is called as compulsory licensing. But to get the personal compulsory licensing, the party or a person or a company applying for a compulsory licensing has to have tried. First, the company or individual have to try for a licensing from that particular patent owner within a reasonable period of time. So if the part that patent owner, if they allow to make that product, then that is called as volunteer license. Volunteer license. In India, a compulsory license can be applied for 3 years after the grant of patent. Suppose if you have a patent, after 3 years of award of the patent, then only any other third party, individual or a company can apply for this compulsory license. For compulsory licensing, it's when the generic copy is produced mainly for the domestic market, not for exporting. As I told you that in extraordinary conditions, compulsory licensing will be given to the third party only for domestic use, not for exporting. But there is a condition when a country do not have a manufacturing facility to produce that product, then that generic product can be imported from that company of that country. You see, when a country is unable to manufacture pharmaceutical, should be able to obtain cheaper copies produced under compulsory license elsewhere if necessary. You see, the fifth point, compulsory license to ensure the availability of drugs and products at reasonable price. Two things. Most importantly, to give any compulsory license to third party, they will consider 2 points. Adequate availability of the product or product at the reasonable price. These are the two important factors will decide the whether they can be awarded compulsory license or not. Even when a compulsory license has been issued, the patent owner has to receive the payment. Even though third party is allowed to make a product, but that third party has to pay royalty to the patentee or patent owner. Duration of the license must be limited to the purpose for which it was granted. So compulsory licensing also have a certain duration. That duration is limited to the purpose of for which it was granted. So what are the industries subjected to the compulsory licensing in India? There are 6 industries. One is distillation and brewing, cigars and cigarettes, explosives, electronics and aerospace, hazardous chemicals, and finally drugs and pharmaceuticals. So here in India, there is only one example, uh, that is only one compulsory license has been issued in India by Patent Office on March 9th, 2012. So the license was issued to the Natco Pharma for the generic production of Bayer Corporation Nexvar, which is a life-saving medicine used for treating of cancer such as liver, kidney, and thyroid. So as of now, in India, only one compulsory license has been issued. That too, Bayer's Nexvar to the Hyderabad-based pharmaceutical company Natco. So Natco has approached the Bayer to Bayer company to make a generic version of the Nexvar, but they didn't agree. After consulting the Bayers for the production of Nexava generic version, they didn't allow. Then they have applied to the Indian Patent Office. Then Indian controllers of the patent, they have seen the 3 important points before issuing of a compulsory license to the Natco. The first and foremost is availability of the drug to the patients. As I told you that under certain circumstances, compulsory license will be given to the individual or a company. On what basis? The first one is if the availability of the drug to the patient is minimal. Here you see the same Nexvar is available to only 2% of the patients. Only 2% of the patients are receiving the Nexvar. So it means that the requirement is more, but availability is less. The second most important one is availability of the drug to the patient at reasonable price. So whether the drug is available to the needy people at the reasonable price or not. In case of Nexvar, 2.84 lakhs of Indian rupees per month. This is the monthly cost of monthly expenditure for the treatment of liver and kidney diseases when they buy the Nexvar. Whenever a patient is buying Nexvar to treat the liver and kidney, and they have to spend 2.84 Indian lakhs of Indian rupees. And also, Indian control officers also examined the whether the Nexvar had worked in India or not. So these are the 3 points the Indian controller of patents considered before issuing of compulsory license to the Natco Pharma. The first and foremost is the Nexvar is not available to the patients, and only 2% of the patients are receiving the Nexvar, and monthly cost of this treatment is mounted to the 2.84 lakh, almost 3 lakhs per month. So these are the 3 reasons were considered to issue a compulsory license to the Natco Pharma to make a generic version of the Bayer's Nexvar. You see, Bayer got a patent for Nexvar in India in 2008. And Nexvar inhibits the multiple cell surface and intracellular kinases of the cancer cells. So these cell surface and intracellular kinases are involved in the signaling. So Nexvar inhibits those and stop the cancer cells to proliferate, and the cells will die. So Nexvar used for the treatment of liver, kidney, and thyroid cancer. So this is a patent number IN 215758, expires in 2021. But you see, Nexvar from the Bayer cost 2.84 lakhs per month. When they issued this compulsory license to Natco Pharma to make a generic version of the Nexvar, and they clearly told that Natco Pharma should make sure that there is enough stock in the market, and second thing is that price must be very reasonable. So Natco Pharma, uh, generic version of the Nexavar is a Sorapenib. The cost, monthly treatment cost is just 8,800 per month. That's 2.84 lakhs. You see, 2.84 lakhs to 8,800 only. So you see how many folds it is, right? More than 30-fold, or more than that. So when they issued compulsory license to the Natco Pharma, and Natco Pharma ensured the availability of the this generic version of the Nexar, that is Sorapinib, at only just 8,800 per month, and they also made availability of surplus stock. Okay, so this is all about the compulsory licensing, and try to subscribe my channel. That's Dr. K Primer for more updates. Thank you all. See you again. Until then, bye bye.